This beautiful island paradise is located over 6,000 miles away from mainland Britain and roughly 9,000 miles from the United States of America. And yet, the archipelago in the Indian Ocean has sparked a complicated diplomatic situation between Donald Trump and Keir Starmer. At the center of the storm is Chagos. At the very start, let us do away with a common misconception. The Chagos is not just an island, it is an archipelago, meaning a group of islands with sea around them. And in this group lies Diego Garcia. Sounds simple enough, right? Wrong.
Sure.
President Trump just said on Truth Social that it would be a big mistake for the UK to hand over control of Chagos Islands to Mauritius. But the State Department earlier this week has said the U.S. does support that handover. So does this post now suggest that the U.S. does not, or that President Trump had changed his mind on this?
The post should be taken as the policy of the Trump administration. It's coming straight from the horse's mouth. When you see it on Truth Social, you know it's directly from President Trump. That's the beauty of this president and his transparency and relaying this administration's policies to all of you and to the rest of the world.
The latest bout of tensions between Tehran and Washington may well be what's behind Donald Trump's newest round of flip-flops. And it's all to do with the largest of the Chagos Islands. Just around a year ago, in May 2025, the UK confirmed the agreement with Mauritius. The British government would hand over sovereignty of the Chagos Islands, and the UK would lease back the military base it shares with the Americans for an initial 99-year period. The base on the long-disputed archipelago's Diego Garcia Island would be leased for around $137 million a year. The Americans supported the plan, while their President Donald Trump kept seesawing.
President Trump deployed words on Chagos yesterday that were different to his previous words of welcome and support when I met him in the White House. He deployed those words yesterday for the express purpose of putting pressure on me and Britain in relation to my values and principles on the future of Greenland. Mr. Speaker, he wants me to yield on my position, and I'm not going to do so.
On 17th of February, the US State Department once again said it supports the UK's decision. Then, Donald Trump went on Truth Social. The US president reiterated his stance with a "do not give away Diego Garcia" rant. Trump seemed to have no qualms in confirming that the base would be crucial if Iran refuses to deal with America. Even as the US and the UK spar over the fate of Chagos Islands, events unfolding in Iran concern the world. Hours after Tehran and Washington officials held key talks in Geneva, Khamenei's forces drilled with Russians.
Indirect negotiations between Iran and the United States on Tehran's nuclear program concluded after nearly 3 hours of talks in Geneva on Tuesday amid escalating tensions between the two countries in the Gulf. The United States says it is making renewed efforts to push for limits on Iran's uranium enrichment in exchange for potential sanctions relief. The negotiations unfolded against a dramatic backdrop. Tehran temporarily closed the Strait of Hormuz, a critical oil transit route through which nearly 20% of global crude supplies pass for live-fire military drills. US President Donald Trump has repeatedly threatened to use force to compel Iran to curb its nuclear program, and Washington has stepped up its military presence in the region. Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei issued a stern warning to the United States over its deployment of aircraft carriers in the region, saying that more dangerous than the warship is the weapon that can sink the warship into the depths of the sea.